Welcome back to the channel. This is No Luck Trucking. I'm Matt, and we just got over to Planet Fitness. I just got a shower, shaved my head, shaved my beard, feel human again. The run that we do is leave out Tuesday, get there Wednesday, get loaded, turn around, and get back Thursday morning. So there's not a whole lot of time. So it's just kind of like run for those 3 days. And then we have the rest of Thursday, which is today. And then most of tomorrow before we reload again. So we have to use this time to like get all of our stuff done. So showering, if we need to do laundry, if we need to go somewhere and pick up something, you know. Well, we do our grocery shopping on Saturday down in Greensboro. But anyways, so it's been a while since we made a video. I started to make a video last week, but it was just like the same thing. So the load on Friday is just literally pick it up, run it straight through. There's nothing much to it. But I was starting to make another video, and we actually ended up canceling on the load that was potentially going to cancel on us. So I called them up and was like, hey, we are like 0 out of 4 for this run actually firing off. You know, what can you tell me? Because there's been a few weeks that we haven't done it. And they were being really cagey and wouldn't give me a straight answer. She's like, well, it's like a 50-50 chance. I was like, that's not good. That's definitely a lie also. So we agreed to just go ahead and we were going to cut the load, and they were going to repost it, and we were going to move on. So we went home. We went home and tried to shove 2 weeks worth of stuff into about a day and a half of home time. We met up with our friend Joe Wetzel, Wetzel Photo, the YouTube channel that I linked last maybe video before. I don't know. I don't remember. But we shot together, actually. It's been a while since I've taken too many photos, but we did some rolling shots, and I let him borrow some equipment, so I'm really excited to see what he can do with that. He took us to this really cool spot. So it's a road that ends at like a dirt road, but it goes over this creek, river, I don't know what the designation of the difference is, but so it had this concrete bridge that went across. Looks super cool. There's a bunch of trees around, you know, dry creek bed with some water. It was a cool shot, but the problem was it was raining the whole day, so it wasn't a whole lot of fun. We got out and did some rolling shots, but you know, when you're hanging out of a car, it gets pretty cold when the water's hitting. So in other news, we ended up buying an Insight Insight program with an inline cable. So for those that don't know, Cummins Motors have a software, and they have a connection to go from your computer to the truck. It allows you to change settings on the truck. So there's always been a few things that we didn't really care for on the truck. So we were able to plug in, change that. Mostly, the big thing is, for whatever reason, the company that we got the truck from has the Jake brakes disabled under 35. So you don't get that help slowing down when you are you know, coming up to a slower stop, and I always miss that. So we went in and changed that. And also it was set to like almost a 2-second delay. So you would click it, let off the gas, it would kind of make the sound, so it would downshift and get ready, but then it would take a bit to kick in. Didn't like that, especially by the time, you know, if you need it to do its thing going downhill with the 2-second delay, you can imagine how much speed you pick up just waiting for the Jakes to kick on if you weren't super proactive and started a little bit ahead of time. So now we have it to think I put it to 0.2 of a second. It seems pretty good. I don't know of a reason why you wouldn't want to put like 0 delay, but I don't know. We were just kind of trying to change the settings slowly so that, because like we own the program in the cable now, so we can always go back in and make the changes. So we were checking it out. So the truck is set to 400 horsepower and 1750 torque instead of 450, 1850, which I kind of suspected. It's a little bit of a dog when you're heavy, but it also has 285 gears in the rear, so it's not gonna like pull well no matter how much power it has. But we're okay with it. It gets fantastic fuel mileage, and I don't know, recently we're not even that heavy, so it doesn't matter. But even then, like the few times that we had to like take large mountains and stuff, it, you know, we're not the slowest truck on the road, but we're definitely not the fastest. So we changed some settings around, didn't mess with the horsepower or anything like that. So that was a worthwhile investment. We actually got it off of Amazon, believe it or not, and it was Prime, so we had it shipped over to the TA in Jessup, Maryland, which is right outside of Baltimore, and we went and picked that up last week and started making some changes and stuff pretty much in this parking lot. Actually, after I got out of the shower and was waiting on Liz to finish up her exercise in the shower and stuff, I was out here making some changes to the truck, and then we were trying it on the way back. So that was pretty cool. Let's see what else happened. Yeah, I guess on the personal side, when we were at the house, we had a freezer full of meat that we had collected that was on sale, that we had put in the deep freezer to kind of save for later. So we decided, it really hurts when you take a beef brisket, like a 13-pound beef brisket, and you cut off like 4 or 5 pounds of fat and trimmings and stuff. So we had started saving it in the hopes that we were going to make some sausage someday, because that's what you kind of use the extra fat for. You mix it into the meat with sausage, and then, you know, you get a nice moist sausage with a proper fat content. So we tried our hand at that. We made about 25 sausage links. The seasoning turned out fantastic. We missed the mark a little bit on the texture of the sausages, but we've been doing a lot of research in it, and we have found the errors of our ways, and I'm pretty excited to try it again next time. But that stuff helps tremendously with the meal prep kind of deal. So we save a ton of money by vacuum sealing it and freezing it and bringing it on the truck with us. So we just kind of eat that as we go. So we cooked pork belly, which is basically the same cut as bacon, it's just not cured. But we did half of it as like almost like a pork loin, how you would cook it, just like season the outside and like let it cook and slice it up. So we did that for half of it, and then the other half we made bacon. So we put it on the smoker, got a nice crust, and then took it off before it actually cooked. And then you slice it up, and we vacuum sealed and froze them in like individual packets, so that basically each packet's like one serving, and it's pretty close to bacon. It's fantastic. We used brown sugar, a little bit of chipotle powder, some peppercorn, salt. I don't remember what else we used. I think that was about it. But it turned into like a glaze, and it's fantastic. You can catch a little bit of the heat, a little bit of the sweetness. 10 out of 10. We're definitely doing that again. What else did we do? Yeah, we did the rolling shots. That was a lot of fun. Tried this really authentic Mexican restaurant that was in it was in Harrisonburg, Virginia. So we met up with Joe up there. It was a pretty cool place. Definitely, the food was really good. It was just missing a lot of course, the things that aren't super authentic that you would normally see at a lot of Mexican restaurants, but it was good. It added to the authenticity of it, but that was nice. And then we got back on the road, got over, oh, here's a big thing. We were waiting over in the FedEx lot, just kind of sleeping, same place we always do. We back up, so all the FedEx trucks back up with one of their axles up on the curb, so that there's plenty of room for the cars to park across the way and you're not blocking the aisle. So, you know, and when I tell you we're out of the way, this is out there. So we get a knock on the door in the afternoon, which is very weird because we're not in anybody's way. Nobody needs to talk to us. So Liz opened the curtain, and it was the F.A.A. And they had an issue with everyone parking within 10 feet of the fence for the airport. So they made all of the FedEx trucks move, and they made us move. There's an owner-operator that parks his truck next to ours. He was not there. That dude tried to knock the door off, but that guy wasn't answering because he wasn't there. So that was a little weird. We had to readjust where we just sat under the trailer, which was good up until they started loading it, and then I don't know how they load it, but it was loud. It sounded like somebody was coming through the back wall of the sleeper. So we're gonna have to readjust where we park. We dropped the trailer this morning after we got it unloaded for our dedicated stuff, and we staged it over for FedEx, and then we parked in this front lot where like cars park and stuff. Occasionally there's a truck or two that bobtail waiting for FedEx to load their trailer. So we parked over there. It was super quiet. I think that might be the move going forward, but apparently FedEx has been there for over a decade, and they've been parking their trucks just like that. But this dude just got a wild hair and made it his mission to make everybody move. But even then, so from the fence to the curb where you park, it's not even 10 foot. So even the cars that are parked that aren't backed up over the curb, they're not 10 feet away from the fence. So a little weird, but it wasn't the time or place to argue. So we just moved. Definitely not the knock that we thought we were gonna get. I thought it might have been a homeless person asking for money or something, or I don't know. Didn't really know, but would not have guessed that it was the F.A.A. But we got that taken care of. We won't park on the curb. And then, yeah. So far, everything's been good with the dedicated. Actually, no, it wasn't. So we checked in with them, and we told them what trailer we were going to drop. And we sent an email to the agent that we had been working with the entire time, the one that called us, and we've been emailing back and forth. We got an automatic response from their office saying that lady is no longer affiliated with the agency or this customer. So she got fired. But I can't say that I'm sad, because she wasn't very pleasant sometimes. And she lied to us. So we got there one time and connected and automatically update our arrival time. But we dropped the trailer, got everything signed, and I went to sleep. And apparently this lady had tried to call a few times, and then she said that that the customer was wondering where we were, because we were supposed to be there by 6, and by that time it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then she was starting service failures. She said that the customer was the one that was calling and saying, where are we? And then she didn't have any answer because she couldn't get a hold of us. But the customer had already unloaded the stuff and signed our paper, and everything was done. I mean, it was my fault, I guess, for not double checking that the Connect app didn't write our time correctly on there, and I guess I could have sent her the copy of the signed bill of lading, but didn't. but she decided to try to spin it as the customer was the one that was complaining that we weren't there, but they knew we were there because they had their stuff. They had unloaded it like an hour prior. So anyways, not super sad that she's gone. The lady that took over is really nice. We're still on the load, so still going for it. I am going to try to get another video out tomorrow because somebody left a comment and it's a good topic. So it didn't, like, I guess they were meaning it to be an insult, but joke's on them because I'm actually going to use it to make a video, and it didn't get to me because they were completely wrong. So we're going to talk about that on the next video. I think we're going to end this one here, just a little life update, you know, what we've been up to. I think this week was probably the first week that I got plenty of sleep, so I was wide awake. Wasn't like dead tired when we got to Baltimore or Louisville, so everything was good. I think that was the first time that I got restful sleep. So I think we're gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.